We want to be people that are powerful because that is the trend. That is the order of the day. We are told by people, anytime we are being encouraged, we are told to be strong. We are told to be independent. We are told to depend on ourselves and take our own destiny into our hands and run the race because nobody is going to help us. Sometimes when you are down, you are told to pull yourself up. And not just pull yourself up. We use the expression, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. This is what Martin Luther King Jr. used during the Civil War. He said, the black man is asked to pull himself up by his own stripes. But unfortunately, his boot has no stripes. And he said, the European that has come to America is given all the resources to start farming and to do other things. And they are given stripes to pull themselves up, but the black man is left with nothing. Maybe you think you can pull yourself up when you have the stripes. You are alone, but you can do it. You can make ends meet. Friends, there is a place for us to be very independent. There's a place for us to take personal responsibility. There's a place for us to show resilience. There's a place for us to strive. There's a place for us to rise up into the horizon. There is a place. But this morning, what I'm talking to you about is the fact that the idea or the myth of the lone wolf doesn't take you far. It is not just an incomplete statement. It is seriously a spiritual deception where people think that they can do it all by themselves. This is a recipe that causes exhaustion. If you follow that direction, you will be exhausted in life. Anybody who thinks they want to do it all by themselves and they are pressing through by themselves, that person is going to be exhausted. Despair and lack of faith or the downward trend of their faith will set in. They will not be able to go further. Anybody who want to do it by themselves and they are pushing by themselves, most often, the underlying factor is pride. They are so proud to say, I did it. Many of us have said the same. Where you tell yourself, oh, I took myself through school. I educated myself. I got myself this job. I got myself promoted. I got myself this lifestyle that I'm in. I got myself to this level where I am. But the fact is, nobody got to where or have been able to get to where they are by themselves. Nobody can get to where they are by themselves. There are people who say, I run my own business. It is mine. I have done it by myself. Every business depends on customers. So you didn't run your business by yourself. People patronized. People participated. If you have no people, you have no success. You must understand that when you took yourself through school, it doesn't mean that you have been able to do it all by yourself. Have you asked yourself, who took care of you when you were born? Who washed you? Who cut your umbilical cord? Who helped you to go to primary school when you were so little? Who helped you to go through? Maybe your parents died or they were not able to take care of you after JHS. That doesn't mean that you took care of yourself. They helped you to a certain point. And even that, you met people that supported you. You met teachers that taught you in school. You met people that helped you in different ways. And that is why you have become who you are. Somebody employed you. Somebody gave you salary. So life is not led by our own power or by that own lone wolf spirit. It is always in connection with other people. Our life is interconnected. We are in a network. Nobody is on planet Earth that is supposed to live life alone. We are all connected. It's a world system. So don't follow the world's mantra. The world's mantra is, I have done it alone. I can do it alone. No, you can't do it alone. You are not like the people who don't know what they are saying. I believe that by God's design, by how God created things and how beautiful they are, God shows us that strength is in numbers. When we are connected to people, we get efficient result. The outcome is always better. The outcome is always good. The Bible says 2 are better than 1. 3, better. 4, and as we go on, the number becomes better. Strength is in numbers. And we can prove that through scriptures. Through our scriptures. Wherever there was a crowd, there was strength. People listen to the voice of the crowd. So, crowd has always had some power behind it. There were a few circumstances where strength was not in the crowd. And that pertains to God's dealings with us. Anytime we take our faith from God and put it in the crowd or in the numbers, that is where we get disappointed. Our faith must first be in God. Then we can also believe that we have the manpower to be able to execute whatever is put before us. Elim City as a church, we must have our faith in God. If we take our faith from God and believe that, we need the crowd, and when we get the crowd, we'll get it done, we will lose out. But when our faith is in God and we make the effort to get the crowd, then what God wants to do with us will be done speedily. It will be done quickly. We must understand. Because in the Bible, there are examples of people who God denied the crowd, not because crowd is not good, but because of their posture. They believed in the crowd more than in God. Gideon was one of them. He was going to war with 32,000 men. And God looked at the crowd and he knew that this crowd will go and come back and think that they conquered because of their numbers. But he knew that there were many fearful people among them. Many of them were not even qualified to fight. And God decided to filter the numbers. He took it from 32,000 to 300 people. When they announced that if you're afraid, go home, 10,000 went just like that. So the numbers were brought down. God brought it to a considerable number to show that faith is much powerful than the numbers. But faith and numbers is a great combination. It can earn us the result we're looking for. When you read the Bible, the writings of Moses, you come across one of the books that is called the book of Numbers. Numbers. From chapter 1, you see God's instruction to Moses to number Israel. To know the strength, the manpower, the sheer power of Israel. He said, number your people. We want to know the number of every tribe. Because every tribe is supposed to give a number of soldiers to fight. Every clan. So we need to know what we call census. Census was carried out. And that is why we call that book the book of Numbers. Because they were numbered. Right? So number cannot always be wrong. We see with David trying to repeat the same census. He decided to count Israel. And Joab came and said, David, this is against the will of God. Don't number the people because it will look like your strength is in your numbers. And God has not instructed you to number them. And he went ahead to number. And God had to punish him. God said, I give you 3 options for failing to listen to what I have told you. 1, famine. Great famine will take over your land for 3 years. If you don't want that, I'm giving you a choice. You can also have 3 months where you run before your enemies. Your enemies will pursue you and you run for 3 months. And he said, God, give me the 3rd one. I want to know what I have. And God said the 3rd one is, for 3 days, there will be disaster on your land. There will be chaos.